Guys, it's Gadget again, and I said I'd be back on if anything had changed or anything, and I did. I found something really cool. It is about 15 things you notice when you're around an empath. Now, for many of you out there, and a lot of my exes, and including Christopher, know I am an empath and a psychic tarot card reader. Basically, can predict the future, change it, alter it, you name it, I can do it. And don't blame me for the earthquake that happened outside of Newcastle and wherever else. And do not blame me for anything else. Okay? Unless you guys really did piss me off and that's karmic, but okay. Let me adjust this. Say hi to Felix and everything. I just want to adjust this a little to make it more aesthetic and everything and stuff. But how's everybody's night? As you know, I reported before on how people jumping the gun, jumping the shark. Basically, how people don't ask anymore when you put a post. They always presume that that's what you like, that's what you do. So it was a test of seeing how PR damage control and everything is, but you'll watch that in the one before. What I'm talking about now is the 15 things you'll notice when you're around an empath. All right? And what an empath does is basically we feel. And if you guys are puzzled by that, it's hard to explain because this is just 15 of them. There's many more things that I can pull up, but this is just the main 15, which makes sense to some. Some empaths have all 15, some have half, some have whatever, right? But the main ones are on here, and a lot of times can affect how people perceive you and everything and stuff like that. So, see, it's legit. It's 15, right? Okay. Now, this was from an article, and basically, you know how people write everything and stuff and all that, but there's so many articles that these all are taken from and said the same thing. So I can only generalize it. And I wanted to give you and read to you guys and explain them to you because it explains also why I am sort of single, and I'm going to say sort of single because when I fight with someone, I don't hold grudges or anything. It's just the fact that I'm letting you decide if you really are done with me or not. And some say they're done, some say they're not, but we'll get to that later and everything and stuff. But had a good night tonight. I ordered some more pearls because I'm going to make myself a pearl necklace or a ring or something depending on what I'm doing. And I found this really cool site called Once Upon a Pearl, so check her out and everything. So let's get into this. Now, when you think of empath, you think of all those things you see on sci-fi, horror movies and everything and stuff, the medieval... You're looking at one right now, which is annoying because trying to convince people that to stop lying is just... I just sit there and I laugh. You know what I mean? Okay? So, say hi to Felix. And everybody else. Stitch is behind me too. He's just hiding behind me and everything. And my eye is itchy. It's allergy season and everything, and I'm a mess. Look at this, right? All right, so guys, here we go. 15 things you'll notice when you're around an empath. And this is a survivor's manual for those who want to lie, cheat, and deceive us and everything, okay? The first one is we're accused of being too sensitive or too emotional. We have been told that you can't act this way. You're overreacting, okay? And I was told I was overreacting to being bullied and harassed and accused of being the victim by everyone that ever has met me because they haven't really met me. Especially Christopher's friends who haven't met me and people who have met me saying I overreacted to being bullied. Okay? So the definition of this is when it says we are accused of being too sensitive or too emotional is empaths are not to anything. Meaning we're not emotional or anything. We feel things deeply, both positive and negative. We are in touch with our emotions and yours. An empath can feel what you're feeling. An empath can see what you're doing. Okay? Though it might be harder for an empath to operate in a world designed for less sensitive people, being an empath has several positive aspects. I can tell you what a couple of them are, but YouTube would shut me down. And my exes know what I'm talking about. Okay? Number 2, we can't stand being lied to. Christopher, Howard, all the mics. Kenny, Kenneth, Kevin. Guess what, guys? I gave you the rope to hang yourselves because we can't stand being lied to. Because all it takes is one simple glance in your direction to know that you are lying to us. Right, Christopher? You couldn't hide anything from me. Neither could all my other exes. A lot of people don't realize this, but being lied to really sucks for an empath. I'll explain why it sucks for me. According to this one, they say we feel it ooze in every aspect of the relationship, and it usually ends them. Hence why I had to give him up. Because I wouldn't have cared if his friends bullied me. Their perception was off on me. It didn't bother me. But to have him lie about me and lie while I was out on the trip, I knew there were things going on in the trip. I knew he was talking to Jessica. I knew he was doing all this stuff. He couldn't lie. And that was frustrating him. Okay? So, he has to tell the truth. Oh, see? Goes off when I'm telling the truth. Okay? All right, number 3. Negative media images directly affect us. And I'll explain this after I read this, okay? And how it affects me also. It is hard, almost impossible, for an empath to unfeel something. I'll explain that in a minute. We avoid the news, and if we see something unsettling, our emotions are a mess for quite a while. Doing very well with my dyslexia. Imagine feeling overwhelming sadness and suffering every single time you saw something violent or upsetting on the news. That is what it is like for us. And I'll explain in better detail. I'm working at my job at the Department of Motor Vehicles. I saw a father punch his little child out in the chest because he wouldn't stop acting like a child, and his 2-year-old run and be thrown into the counter. I almost went over the counter. I would have lost my job because I could feel what those children were feeling and what the father was feeling, the rage that he had. And I can't unfeel that to this day, that I want to cry. Also, like when Christopher said to me that his friend's writings and travels come first, and he broke my heart, and I can feel that he knew he had fucked it up. And then my heart was also, so between my mixed emotions and his mixed emotions, I overloaded. And I could have done many things in that room. I could have smacked the shit out of him for bringing me out there and lying to me. I could have taken his PlayStation and thrown it out the window through the glass. That's how frustrated I was. Or I could have done what I did and broke down in front of him and cried. And then run to the bedroom where I was sleeping because I did not want to deal with him because I knew I would have smacked the shit out of him for lying to me. Thank you. Instead, I closed the door and sat there and just cried until I felt a hand where there was nobody in my room. And you'll see that when you read my book. Okay? Book is almost finished. But we'll get into that in another YouTube. When I threw his doll he gave me, his Bayamax, down the stairs and started to pack my bags. And then because I was going to leave. His mother convinced me to stay. But the hurt, the feeling of not being wanted, the feeling of being lied to is still with me. The feeling of him lying about me and the feelings that I feel that he wanted it to work, but he didn't know how, I could feel what he was feeling. And he messed it up because he didn't know what he was feeling. And I tried to explain it to him because I can feel. If he didn't understand his feelings, I understood them. So that's what I'm talking about, negative and unfeeling stuff. Because if you start acting odd or negative towards me, I'm going to feel that. Okay? So we're good? All right. Now this one I had to learn about because this is number 4. Crowded places overwhelm us. I don't like crowds. Never have, never will. I don't like parties. I don't like anything. I have been very good in maintaining things when I go to clubs, when I go to my friends' houses, when I go out with my friends. Okay? And the reason why is this. Empaths exist in all personality types. That is why I can get along with many different type of people, including introvert and extrovert, but even the outgoing ones easily overwhelming crowds. The sheer force of energies and feelings you absorb is exhausting. You might like going to concerts and sporting events, but once there you cannot wait to leave. Nope. I enjoy them. I love them, but like even when I go to the movies, I have to be up in the back. And when Christopher had me in the damn front of the theater, I couldn't take it. I wanted to be out of the theater. I need to be up in the corner in the back so I'm away from where all the energies are. I can feel the people that were in the seats before. I'm a very strong empath, okay? And it was me trying to be as best as I can be without freaking out, because that's how much I loved and cared about Christopher. Even with my other exes too, when they did this. So you guys have to see it from my point of view and how I am, all right? And that's where this comes in. Number 5, we love to heal. Thank you. Empaths want what is best for you and your well-being. You hear that, Christopher? Of course, as with our advice, it is only helpful if you actually implement it in your life. Hear that, Christopher? He never took my advice, neither did his friends, but they did call on me to heal them. When I do have people that actually let me help them and heal, they actually take my advice. They actually understand it. They understand how to heal when they actually get to know me and don't prejudge me. Like I said, we know when you're lying and we know when you're hiding stuff. This is why I love working where I work, because I can get the motorists in and out because I know who's telling me the truth and who's not. It's sad when I sit in the courtrooms because I'm sitting there going like, stop lying. And I'm trying to be so good. But when you can tell when someone is really lying, guys, it's not fun. I sit there and I go like, just let me put the guilty in. Just let me put this in. Let me put that in. You know? Okay? Okay. Here's also why I have a whole slew of natural antibiotics and everything. Okay? And why medication is not good with me, neither is alcohol or anything else. Okay. We are sensitive to stimulants and medications. Okay? Coffee, certain teas, energy drinks, sodas, anything with caffeine makes us more anxious and agitated than the rest of the world. Right now I'm immune to Coca-Cola because, like poison, you put little bits in at it. But Coca-Cola works just the same as coffee. I don't have to drink coffee, I drink Coca-Cola. And when it comes to medications, we try to avoid them as much as possible because the myriad of side effects we experience. If it has a side effect, we will have it. Trust me on that one. Hence why I cannot get a flu shot, because I developed an antibody that actually kills the flu, which a lot of times when they draw my blood, they want to take it. Bet you guys didn't know that one. See how curious it is if you guys got to know me? Boy, Christopher, your friends missed out on a lot, and so did you. All right, now we're going to get on 7. Number 7. We can only be us. What does that mean? I think Christopher knows, and a lot of my other friends who know, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. As far as honest people go, empaths are the trusted friends you could ask for. We know who we are, and we embrace it fully. It is other people who seem to have an issue with our sensitive nature and honest attitude. Hi, Luke. Hi, Josh. Hi, Carriette. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Christopher. Hi, all my exes. Hi, everybody. Gee, I wonder why you hate me. Haters are gonna hate, but I love you all, because without the haters, I wouldn't have my YouTubes. I wouldn't have where I am today. I wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Explains why my mother hates me. Explains why my sister hates me. And you see how we say, we embrace it fully. We know who we are. I know who I am. I don't know who you guys are, but I'd like to. But yet you don't want to know me. Boy, Christopher, you should have told them. Should have warned them. Okay? As well as my exes. You should have learned. When I told you I give you enough rope to hang yourselves. The only difference with Christopher is that I actually would want him back when he actually tells the truth. Because I can't fault you for what you did. You were just thinking with their brain. You know? Number 8. We experience what you are experiencing. Yes. And I'm going to explain that also, and why many people think I'm nuts when I say I can feel Christopher's heart, even at this distance. If someone were... Okay. do I put this? If someone is close to you, be it in a relationship or not, sometimes you can feel them. An empath can feel them 10 times, almost to infinity. Okay? What's worse is when we kiss you. You either can't shake us or we can't shake you. But here's the funny part. If we really have a rapport and there is a connection, it doesn't matter if there's a computer, if there's anything or distance. I knew the day his grandfather died. Okay? I was already gone from Christopher at that time. And Christopher, I could feel. I said something was wrong in the house. Something was wrong. And my friends told me not to call him because he had dumped me. Thank you. Okay? Because of his own stupidity and everything. And he called me, cursing me out that he wanted his friend back. He wanted to talk to me. And the person I am, I will actually listen, even if you've hurt me. So what I'm telling you about this, we experience what you're experiencing. If someone we are close to is ill, depressed, or agitated, we display those same emotions and symptoms. We are also connected to what you are going through, and we will go through it with you. All through that trip with me and Christopher, he was nervous as fuck. And I'm trying my best not to let my empathic side take over as much as it was, because the walls that he kept putting up, the fear he had in his heart because someone had convinced him and he was trying to fight his head and his heart. This is why I am like, you gotta be kidding me. You know I'm an empath and you're trying to hide all this from me. Just be yourself. He was always himself on the computer, but he was never himself when he was in front of me. Okay. Number 9. We don't like animals. We love animals. Okay? We connect with all animals. Cats, dogs, hamsters, you name it. I just don't like snakes. Humankind as well as the reptilian. Animals, okay? We consider them something else, and I'll tell you why. Empaths don't have pets. We don't. We have family members. We see an animal in the wild. We see a soul, perfect and pure. We talk to them in various ways, just as you would your best friend, and guess what? They talk back. They do. My grandmother taught me, always greet a cat. It will talk to you, it will lead you the way. Animals, I can sense what Shadow is saying. Okay? Trust me, he curses me out every day because I don't feed him on time. He has a crazy food schedule because of me being sleeping all the time because of my illness and everything else, and you name it. And also something in here will explain also why I sleep a lot too. Okay? And that's the next one I come to. How much perfect timing could that be? Did I rehearse this? I don't think so. Okay? Maybe it's my empathetic ability that's what I knew was going to be next. Or my psychic ability. But it's number 10. Tired, exhausted, and fatigue is normal for us. Because we absorb so much from others, we do not just deal with our own emotional needs and emotions and mental drains. We deal with everyone's. That's right. I have to deal with everyone around me feeling what you guys are feeling, thinking, and everything. I had to deal with me being nervous on the trip with Christopher. And him being nervous. And trying to decipher whose feelings were whose. And we both let our guards down. The kiss he gave me, oh my God, was nice. Okay? It knocked me off my feet. Will he admit it? No. Because then that means he has to admit everything else that happened. And tell you guys the truth about me. And stop lying about things and stuff. And painting me as the bad guy. Okay? We also try to cover our hands, cover things, because we absorb through our own skin if we touch you. Your feelings are... Okay? We can sense from one touch if you're lying, if you're anything. That is why we're always tired, exhausted, and fatigued, because trying to deal with everything. And I live in a bustling, busy city. It's enough for me to try to... Sometimes I won't get on the bus. I will walk to work because I cannot take it. All right? So many people are just like so overwhelmed. It's hysterical. Okay? Oh, look! Christopher! Luke and everybody. Here's the one I wanted to tell you about. If we give advice, take it. That's right, people. We have a reason why we tell you things. And you want to listen? It says, if we take the time to listen to your dilemma, that I had to hear for 3 years, Christopher. My poor teeth, my poor body, my poor this. Please come out here. Please, I need you out here. I love you. I care about you. Blah, 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 right? And give you heartfelt advice. Just listen to it. Christopher, why don't you go to the doctor? Christopher, why don't you do this? Christopher, why don't you do that? No, 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 no. And then got to his parents. Let's go to the doctor. Okay, fine. He'll go to the doctor. Let's go to the doctor now. Finally, he started taking it because we know what we are talking about. And if you ask us our advice and ignore it, well, let's just say that's kind of annoying, kind of annoys us to no end. It annoys me because I'm here telling you I know what's wrong with you because I can feel it off you, see it off you and everything. Go to the doctor, get this checked out. Listen to me, there's a reason. No, I'm fine. And then a week later, what happened? You know where that spot you told me they found this? Oh, you know where that spot they told me they found this? Oh, they didn't find anything there, but they found this. Told you. This one I love because this was me as a kid because I thought it was just fun and everything, but we're easily distracted. Now as an adult, I'm not that easily distracted. I can get distracted when I'm into something I like watching TV, doing my crocheting. I'll forget to eat, or if I'm cleaning and stuff like that, I'll forget to eat, you know, because I'll be focused on one project. My distraction now is being focused on something. Perhaps it is due to our heightened sensitivity to everything around us, but empaths are easily distracted and tend to lose focus. It's not a bad thing. We are simply enjoying the small things you might not notice. Basically, sometimes when we're focusing on things and stuff, we see the beauty in it. I can sit there for hours and watch a butterfly go by, and I can tell you it's things and redraw it. That's why I'm very good at drawing. I'm very good at the detail works and everything because I take my time and I focus on it. I can remember images and everything. Same when I'm cleaning everything. But the problem is we forget one and everything. Here's the best one. We can't stand narcissism. Okay? You know that thing about, I say, jealousy, hate, and envy? Well, listen to this. If you're head over heels in love with your reflection, money, or ego, just stay away. We really can't roll our eyes any harder. That's right, people. So, Christopher, were you acting like a narcissist? Luke, are you acting like a narcissist? Or any of them? Huh? I'm just asking the questions because I'm allowed to ask questions. Because I want to get a full answer on why you guys had to do what you did to me. Because I didn't start this war. I wanted to be with Christopher. I wanted to take care of him. I wanted a boyfriend who didn't do what my other boyfriends did. But you guys painted me as a picture, and I didn't realize that the artist was Christopher, and you guys were the canvas and the paintbrushes. You were all the paints creating this picture of me. Okay? Now we're at number 14. Certain sounds really bother us. Now, if you're autistic or any of the other ones, you know what sounds can do to you. Sometimes sounds do bother us and everything, certain ones. I was mostly textiles and everything. Certain feels, like I can't stand that roughy, eerie, like creepy type plastic and foams and everything and stuff like that. Certain materials, I can't do it, right? It says, certain sounds really bother us, but it's not only just sounds. Certain textiles, fabrics, bright lights, and loud noises can really get to us. The polar opposite is true as well. Soft sounds, gentle caresses, and delicate tastes are also highly noticed, but in a pleasant way. Yes, in a very pleasant way. Okay? And number 15, which Christopher can attest to, as well as many other of my friends and everything and my exes, we are great listeners. It is true. You can tell us anything and everything about your life, and we will listen. We will take that journey with you and experience all the highs and lows contained within it. And what is even better is that we hold no judgment over you and what you tell us. We hold no judgment, no prejudgment. We are there to help you, not hurt you. Gee, Christopher, Luke, Josh, Cariad, Gwen, and all of you out there that think I am the most evilest person going. Maybe if you took 5 fucking minutes to see what type of person I am and understand that I am an empath and I deal with this every day, that maybe I knew when Claire Bear was actually just being humble to me and not wanting to get to know me. His sister didn't want to get to know me. I could see it was a fake facade, but I took her with a grain of salt because I hold no judgments. I was waiting for her wall to come down. Out of all of them, the only honest people that were there were his parents. They had no walls up. They accepted me for what I was. And trust me, I will trade them in for a heartbeat. If they were, because I would rather have them as my parents. No offense to my dad, but because they didn't lie to me. Thank you. They got caught up in this mess that their son created, as well as many of my other exes who created messes, thinking that, oh, she won't care. She's a dumb blonde. Oh, we'll just toss her away. Sorry, guys. Doesn't work that way. I just wanted to clear the air on the fact of why and how and the reasons why I act the way I do. This is just being an empath. Wait till I get into the world of the psychic stuff and the tarot cards and timelines. Because what are we at now? We're at 26 minutes and 26 seconds. Ooh, 26. 626. Ha! Catch that one, Christopher, okay? Okay, at 11:35 at night, I have to be in work tomorrow. But I wanted to read this to you all because I wanted to make it clear to those little spies that are on here. Those little idiots that are on here that think, oh, let's get rid of her out of Christopher's life, but then let's spy on her. Because for people who did not want me in his life, you guys really are making an effort. Especially when you call me to tell me all these wacky stories and everything. Or send me memes of him from New Year's. I wish I could show you them. But out of respect for him, I will not show them. Only one other person has seen them. And told me, why don't you post them? To prove that you're being bullied. And well, actually, another person saw another one that I was sent that I could only get a screenshot on. And I mentioned that before. So 2 people have actually seen what people have sent me. And feel that you all are acting childish. Luke, you jumped the gun on the biggest thing going by bullying me, telling me I was not worth it for Christopher. Who gave you the right, because I didn't, to say that? And yet you got married. And you're happy? And you broke me and him up? Or did Gwen, when you told Bill one thing and you then tell Christopher another, and then tell me another? How many faces do you have? Are you Manny faces? Carrie Ad, how many times did I say I wanted to talk to Christopher and you were very possessive of him? Called me a crazy bitch and everything else because you did like him. I knew you liked him, but I was his friend at the time. So I was not stepping on anybody's toes. Unless he painted me out to be the girlfriend at that time. Because I was not officially announced until 2016, but I was there from September of 15. Because I gave him hell after he got rid of me because of his selfish act in 2014. Okay? Thank you. And then to have all of you say that I overreacted to being bullied. I know you all just came out of diapers and you're in your 20s and everything, but I have 20 years on you. Half of you weren't even here when I was growing up. Heck, I'm 7 years older than Christopher. I could have babysat his ass. Carried him around when I was, 7, 8. Yeah. Could have carried him around as a baby. In his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle little sweatsuits. Yes, I've seen the pictures. And he was a cute and adorable, precious little puddin'. Yes, he was a precious little puddin' of a baby with his little turtle stuff on. Him eating his birthday cakes and everything, them going to the lakes and everything. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. Also, the time when he went downstairs and he showed me all of the pictures when I was upset because of what happened. Boy, for someone who paints me out to be a bitch to everybody, really wanted to make my days better. But yet gives up so easily because his friends matter more. Because their opinions are gold to him. Yet, someone who would have been there for him, he throws away. I guess he couldn't handle me. But I just wanted to clarify the air, or clear the air, on the fact of why and how I act is different from that of what you're used to. Because as an empath, a psychic, a medium, a tarot card reader, a palm reader, and a Wiccan, I hone my craft. And out of respect for his dad, I did not use my craft when I was out there. I wish I did, because that fucking room was haunted as hell and no one wants to admit it. My bed got pulled from the wall, and what does this moron do? Christopher, my bed moved from the wall. Christopher, I interrupted his phone call. What? Thank you. I know. Unless you're gonna haunt him. Can I stay in here with you? My bed. No, you go downstairs. He put me on the couch. His mother wanted to kill him. That's in the book, by the way, guys. So, here is my thing that I am saying to you all in this new year. I will still... I know I will. Okay. I will still continue to talk about him. I will still continue. And thank you, Canine. Thank you, Canine. I will still talk about my other exes too. But at this point now, this is more concerning the fact that everyone feels I should just ditch him and leave him like he did me. That he's having so much fun. He may look like... Again, Canine. Oh, good. Canine's not doing it. Okay, this is getting weird because people are chiming me and they never get this crazy. What happened with something? Let me see. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to type something. Names are right. I just have to figure out, because I wrote an article, it's another thing. And we were trying to edit and fix it because it was short. It had to be in copy really fast. And people are commenting on the article. Why do people write stuff like that? Guys, I'm going through this right now. Some people are like asking about, let's see, this guy, I'm not going to give his name. He said, it might be a spelling error. Maybe that's it. I mean, you say the superhero is Dr. Mysterio at the opening article. Right. Okay. Guys, this is live, by the way. This is live. I'm doing this. That's why I love the My Life series. This is what happens when you're dealing with people. Right. Like the other guy with... Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking. This is live, guys. I wrote an article for Marco42, and they're not getting the subcontext of it and everything. They're like critiquing it down to whatever. We were just trying to flare up an article that sounded really like boring and everything. And I'm telling him I'm going to look at it again to see if maybe something was transposed. Transposed. So I'm going, like, guys, you guys are with me right now. So as I'm explaining about empaths and everything that's been going on, this is another thing. This is Marco42, Legend Traveling TARDIS, that I'm working with right now, volunteering. And it's unpaid volunteering and stuff. And I was trying to get, because this also has to do with Christopher, where podcasts, every time I'm on a podcast, the same thing happens. People think I'm overshooting ideas and everything, or they don't want to work with me. And that's part of the reason what happened with Christopher. He found this other girl. They found her online. She looks exactly like me. And then they got rid of me because I left because I was being abused and I was not dealing with being abused anymore and everything, right? Plus, Christopher was throwing me away. So what would I be doing on a podcast with him, right? That would look very awkward. So that's why I like to thank all the haters and everything because of everything. Hmm. I'm just asking, do they want me to say something about the article? I'm asking if he wants me to add the word. Yeah, in the form of a superhero. Cool. He liked my article. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm asking him, see guys, this is all live. This is what happens when I also, the way I write is very descriptive and punny and very like, you know? So I just got a very nice compliment. So you see guys, there are people that do care about me and get to know me and stuff. I wrote the article and it was something I had to correct. Okay, fine and great and everything and stuff, right? I fixed everything. I may have to check the spelling on something and everything and all that, but otherwise they actually are questioning this article because of the way I wrote it. It was a certain line in it and everything, and I did it in such a way by saying in the form of a superhero. Or, you know what I mean? And there is a form because the Doctor is sort of a superhero because he was a superhero to the young boy and everything. So yeah, we're talking about Doctor Who stuff and everything, guys, and I just have to write back. and why we got the ghost. Okay. So we're gonna, with, this thing, there we go. What is going on with this? My computer, sorry. Okay, there we go. I almost lost the camera, that's why, because I have to, this is what happens when you're doing multitasking on everything at 11:49 at night, trying to write articles, trying to do things, trying to build your resume. I mean, I wish I could go to the Princess Mononoke, return to theaters and everything, stuff like that. But guys, this is the thing, and you caught this live on me. This is what my nights are like. I'm writing articles. I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing everything back. I'm crocheting. I'm trying to clean an apartment by myself, which Christopher promised. I have a list of over the 3 years going on 4 promises that he had friggin' made me. And I know he watches these because I know he's laughing on his ass right now. All right. I've proved to his mother that I'm an empath because I knew when Christopher was acting up and everything and doing stuff and going blah, 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 and everything and stuff. I bet you right now he's probably sitting in his chair. He's got, let me see, give me a good example. Where is it? Where is a pillow? I don't have a square pillow like he does with Spider-Man on it, but he's probably sitting in the chair. The feet are up like this. He's probably got the pillow here. Okay. He's probably doing this with his hands. He's got his hands like this. And he's probably got the game controller like here, right? And he's probably going, and I'm actually going to do this, right, guys? He's probably sitting there going, like, as he's watching, he goes, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. She's, right? And then he's like this, okay? Then he's got the game controller, and he's looking down because he's blind as a bat, okay? And he's going, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. Enough. I'm going to kill her. All right? And then he's going to be, like, doing this. He's going to be like this because he does this, okay? And then he's probably going to get up. He's probably going to go to the screen, look at it like this, and go, I'm going to kill you. Right? That's probably what Christopher will do when he sees this, or is probably doing right now when he watches any of my vlogs. Because I trust you guys to pass these along to him, since, like Luke said, I am comedy gold. And that all of you just feel that I am so popular that you have to rip me a new one and all this other fun stuff that you like to do. Gotta love you guys. Haters will be haters. So instead of being the haters that you are, and the two-faced bitches and liars, and manipulating as well as Christopher manipulates you guys, it's a show out there. When I was out there, I was watching it all. And Josh, next time you blame me for your own problems as well as Rachel's and everything else, don't go there. I'm not the one who did what they did. Don't cry to everybody else, okay? Your friends told me you were done. You were nothing. All right, when I called Christopher to actually get you help. Everyone left you for dead. And also, like I said, if you want your $10 back, see, this is live, guys. This is me trying to work at the same time. I'm reading it. He says, well, that wasn't said. Because I was going for the point of how Dr. Mysterio was, the doctor was Grant's hero, and that's, young Grant and everything. So, so I'm liking the way Mark puts everything, and I love it. And that's why I like this podcast. Because you know what? They see me for me. They didn't prejudge me. They believed in me. They took me with a grain of salt. And guess what? We have grown in the last few months. We have been getting very popular and everything. So this is why I don't understand. And maybe that's the empath in me. Why, with what I know and everything, Christopher is still lying to himself and to everybody else. Because if he cannot tell fantasy from reality at this point, who knows what he will be doing with the rest of his life. I was never going to take him away from his friends. I wanted to have him meet my friends and family. I wanted to embrace his life as well as I wanted him to embrace mine and have a decision, because I was swaying more towards the moving out there because there are no jobs here. But at the same time, out there, I could probably do better with what I'm doing. More people like textile things, crafts, candles, witchcraft, all the other things. It's more open out there. But yet the only thing that puzzles me is the fact of your laws and everything out there. They're a little more wackier than ours. And you don't basically stop bullying. So that's where the problem was with the 50-50. But I also wanted Christopher to see what it was like to be in New York because he's never been really in a city like this. He's always gone to Florida and everywhere else. But he's never been to New York. He's been to Rhode Island, all these places and everything. Okay? But he's never been to New York. And I can get him a job in 5 seconds. I can get him to go back to school in 5 seconds. You know, there's opportunities here that he could have had if he just believed in me and trusted me. But thanks to all of you, that trust was lost. Because for the one thing, the precious gift he gave me was the ability to trust people again. Because if I didn't get that ability back from Christopher, because I trusted him, I would never have taken the leap of faith to go see him, nor would I have trusted the fact that The Legend of Traveling TARDIS and Marku 42 would have been a good fit for me because I would have second guessed it. He gave me back my ability to trust after many people destroyed it. His mother said to me that growing up as a child, he was the most trusting child going until people destroyed that trust. And he said, "Mummy, why?" Okay? He doesn't realize I'm a kindred spirit, that we are soulmates, because I was a trusting child too, being an empath. Okay? I was a trusting child until the one day that I was beat up, to the point in first grade where I said, "Mom, Dad, why did they do that?" And I never trusted anybody after that. And then to have the betrayal happen at home, to have many things that happen between friends and family, to be abused by your first boyfriend, pushed down a flight of stairs, everything, to lose your grandparents at a young age. Give me a sec. 5, 4, 3, 2, especially a grandfather. 5, 4, and having the last Christmas in 1983 because he only got to see your communion. All right? And then to lose all your other grandparents. Well, all your older cousins. 5, 4. Got to see them more. To lose the aunt that raised you as a child because your mom wasn't well. To have your niece taken away from you when you were about to adopt her, sort of. I wanted to adopt her. Would have adopted her if my sister and everything was the way everything was going. I helped raise her from 3 months to 3 years. She was more on my side, I think, because I was trying to help my sister get a life. And look how I got repaid. Okay? No one will admit to things. No one wants to. My sister is 2.5 years younger than me. She swears she knows everything that happened. No, she doesn't. Up until she could know things, she was in a stroller and everything. So by the time she knew anything, or was able to comprehend anything of school age, you figure I was about 9 years old. So I had 9 years. Out of that, 6 years because of everything, by the time you're 5, 6 years old. Unless you have a photographic memory like me and being an empath and everything. I don't have an eidetic. Haley has an eidetic memory. I don't. I have a photographic. And that's probably because of the brain injury. Otherwise, I probably would have had an eidetic memory. I also have an IQ of over 300. I can build things in a blink of an eye just by looking at them. But you guys didn't want to get to know me on that. And trust me, Christopher would have been happy 7 days a week, 24 hours a day with something else if he actually let his guard down and trusted me some more. Because he's the one that begged me to go out there. And why do I keep talking about him? Why do I keep bringing him up? Because like I said, I still care and love him. And I had to give him up. Because I couldn't take it anymore. Yes, I'm strong. But I have a life to live too. I had family to find. I had things to do here. And it would have been nice if my boyfriend, or claims to be my boyfriend, would have acted like my boyfriend and not a scared little brat who was spoiled rotten. The world of fantasy doesn't play with me. Yes, you can go into a fantasy world when you want to relax, but the world is not video games. The world is not that. The world has real, nice things. They have drama. It has everything. It has a human being here that loves and cares about him. But he can't see that because he has blinders on. And just wants to act like he's 14, 15 years old with no responsibility because he doesn't know what it is to be responsible. And that's okay. Because, like I told his mom, my dad instilled in me, if I'm going to live at home, I have to pay some kind of rent. Or I have to get a job and pay for my own things. Well, my goal when I was out of work was my dad said, nope, you get the unemployment, I help you for a little bit, but you go find a job. And I did that every time. Even now, I'm still trying to find another job. I'm still trying to find something that I can do with my fibromyalgia, costochondritis, and everything. Hence the crafts, eBay, everything, the articles, stuff, you name it. Just to get my foot in the door of places. So that I can actually get where I'm going. That people, and know where I'm moving forward to. Keep moving forward. But at the same time, it would have been nice to keep moving forward with him. Because I saw how much he had grown in those 3 years. His mother saw how much he had grown in those 3 years. His dad saw it. They were so appreciative of it because he had finally found the one and didn't realize it. Because he couldn't see it. Because he gave up. Because his friends mattered more. His video games mattered more. And Christopher, put the pillow down before you hit yourself in the head with it. And don't throw the controller at the screen. All right, and I bet your father's laughing on the couch while your mom is laughing like she told you so. All right? Because I know in real time when you watch this, this is what's going to happen. And also the fact that maybe your doorbell will ring or something when you're watching this. Or maybe Tally will jump on your lap as you're watching this at these points. It could be 5 seconds from now, an hour from now, or something, depending on when you want to pause this, because I know you might want to pause this and be like, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. But I will tell you this. I know about Samantha. I'm finding out things about Samantha and everything. And it's funny how she's not local. And it's funny how people like to call my phone and pretend to be Samantha. I'm looking at the time because I almost make an hour now on this. I basically know some things that are going on, thanks to your friends, Christopher. Thanks to the bullies who want to pretend to be things and tell me the funniest stories and everything. Because I didn't know where to send the wedding gift or the baby shower gift. Oh yeah, I got calls like that, Christopher. I hope you and Samantha were having fun that night. Because we almost came that close. So, does he watch these? Do you watch these, Christopher? You tell me. Are you talking about me as a little bird? Because someone else didn't tell me that. I got told by somebody else. But I was told by something. Or someone. Who seems to be having a lot of fun in the UK. Or is there someone in the UK? Because they claim they are. Who they say they are. But like you and like everything else, do I believe them? Is Samantha, I'm telling you right now, the one for you? Or did you throw away something or gave up on somebody like I gave up on you? Because it is very odd that I have no money, but I am responsible and building a business and have all these creative ideas that I could make money off of if I had the one thing in my life, someone to help me with that part of it. Someone to be there with me with all these accomplishments, like when I found my family. All this stuff that I can't tell you anymore because you chose to give me up and destroy my heart that day, that night before your father went in the hospital because you listened to two people who already knew you were done with me. But why were you done with me? Who made you done with me? when you begged me to be out there? Was I used as some ploy for the wedding? Was I a beard? What was I, Christopher? Because clearly, based on all these actions, I wasn't even your friend, your best friend, or your girlfriend. I was just something you needed to play with, and that hurts. Because I know deep down in your heart, you wanted to be with me, but you couldn't figure it out. And I told you it was over the minute you did this. But you should have known me better. Because it didn't come to that point where it was going to be over. It was going to come to the point where the final decision would have been made. And you know who did that? Your friends, by them bullying me. You were never going to be gone. I just wouldn't have talked to you for a while and let me cool down and stuff. But thank your friends for this war, the slandering that they did to me and you, and all the facts that are misinterpreted and skewed because you want to play devil's advocate and get drama and sympathy. Like I just read to you in the beginning of this, I'm an empath. We can't lie. We can't whatever. We can spot the liars. I speak the truth. And I will say this. Do you know what is reality and what is fantasy, Christopher? Do your friends know? Because I do. Or do I? Do I know the secret about something? Who knows what I know? I know this. You got your ass played by a girl. And I hope you understand how it feels, because that's how I felt the day you played me. So, to each his own, and to all your friends, kiss my ass, because you were supposed to be anyway. And I hope maybe you will wake up and realize that before someone else decides to pick me up off the ground, or pick me out of a lineup, or pick me out of whatever, to be theirs, that you had opportunities and chances to fix this, and to be my boyfriend. But as of now, you are just like them, spoiled, rotten brats, who cry every time mommy because you're saying, no. Don't play this game with me, because life is not a game. You got played by a girl, but which girl did you get played by? I will talk to you soon. Have fun, because I know what fantasy and reality is. Do you?